Christmas. This is Nightbird Tarot. I'm here to do your daily esoteric collective reading for all signs, all placements for December 25th, 2025. So 2525. So I hope that you're all doing well today, enjoying the holiday, and let's get a message from a spirit for the day and see what we can expect. So let's call in spirit. We're going to see what the T is first, and then we'll pull some tarot cards, and then I'll finish up your reading with a message of cosmic. So today is Christmas Day, if you celebrate. And today is the first time that I've ever had Christmas by myself. So I am actually going to Epcot at Disney today, and I'm probably going to be vlogging that as well. So look out for that. It's the first time I've ever done Christmas by myself. There's a very long story and the reason why that is. And maybe I'll share a little tidbit of that later on my vlog. But yeah, so I'm going to go to Epcot for the day. Angels, guides, ancestors, what is the T for the day? December 25th, 2025. For the esoteric collective message. For my viewers, what do we need to know for today? What is the T? What is the T, Spirit? Okay. There could be some arguments today. You could be dealing with somebody that could be causing a little bit of emotion. They're like robbing you of something, which is causing an argument, is what I'm feeling here. It could be it could be two women that are fighting, as I'm seeing a girl fight here. There could be a physical altercation, doesn't have to be, but it's like somebody that's competing with you and you felt like they've robbed you of something. So there could be some type of altercation today, so keep that in mind. I know that when you're with your family members that you don't often see, sometimes arguments can erupt. That's kind of what I'm feeling. I'm also feeling like mother-daughter banter, feeling like you were robbed of something from childhood or something like that. There could be some arguments, and it feels like it's woman to woman, two females. Doesn't have to be. So let's see what the tarot have to say. But it's almost like there's an argument abrupting because somebody feels like they were robbed of something. It feels like a mother-daughter energy. Again, take it as it resonates. Let's see what the tarot have to say. Angels, guides, ancestors, most important message for the collective, for all signs, all placements, for my viewers only. The esoteric tribal reading. Two more. Okay. So first of all, I'm seeing like there's been some type of bad planning when it comes to a situation today. You may be just playing it safe, the way that things are going. There is some disappointment, despair, some grief. There's some meaningless banter that's going on, and this is keeping you up at night. There is something going on where there's some type of argument. It feels like it's woman to woman. It doesn't have to be. It could be mother-daughter, where there is perhaps a fear of change, perhaps of stirring the pot a little bit, perhaps stating how you actually feel, feeling like there is some type of being robbed of something, whether it's physical or emotional. And it's going to erupt into some type of argument. And you've been perhaps playing it safe in the past by not saying anything for fear of change. There is the Five of Cups here. There is loss, grief, disappointment here, despair, perhaps disappointed in a relationship. There is some like meaningless banter, I feel like, that's going on. It could have to do with money. Doesn't have to be. This is a very emotional reading, though. With the swords and the cups here, you're definitely all up in your head. There's a lot of emotion here. This situation is giving you a lot of anxiety. This could be from past trauma that you've had with this argument. But the Nine of Wands in the shadow is some inner strength. There's courage here. There's persistence, believing in yourself and having the courage to kind of stand up for what you believe in. Let's go back and clarify. Please clarify the Two of Wands. Please clarify the Two of Wands, please, Spirit. Yeah, there's somebody's got this pride issue, okay? So perhaps there's a fear of change, playing it safe over a period of time because of pride, okay? Feeling a lack of recognition as well within a situation. Somebody may be unreliable. I keep getting a feeling like there's this mother-daughter lack of accountability. So whether it's the daughter coming, this is an example, whether it's the daughter coming out and saying, I've felt like this. I felt like I was robbed of my whatever, like childhood. I was robbed of whatever. And it's almost like this person has always felt this way, but they've never said anything for fear of changing the relationship how it is, even though they've felt this way. Okay. For example, I grew up with a mother that was not a touchy-feely kind of person, a mother that never read me a story to bed as a little girl. I never had that type of relationship, okay? I've really never said this to her. I've said some things recently, but it's almost like she pushes that away. And it's that kind of feeling that I'm getting. It's that type of relationship where you're wanting to let them know how you feel, but there is a fear there that it will change the relationship. There's a fear that they may not want to talk to you anymore. That kind of feeling. So take it as it resonates here, okay? You feel like if you talk about this, that it will be unsuccessful. Let's clarify the Five of Cups. Yeah, so with the grief, disappointment that you've had in this situation, you're manifesting something new. It is the Magician, the number one. You're going from grief, loss, closure with the Five of Cups, year of a 9, into the year of the 1 with the Magician, manifesting new. So it's almost like you're wanting to kind of clean the slate. You're going to let go what no longer serves you. You want to let people know exactly how you feel, how you stand, how you feel like you may have been robbed of something, which could erupt into arguments. But what you're wanting is to let go of this loss, this disappointment that you've had, and create something new. Please, in other words, you're wanting to heal a relationship. You're wanting to let them know how you feel. Please clarify the Eight of Pentacles, please, Spirit. So with the situation where there may have been carelessness in a relationship, there's been a big insecurity in this. As I'm seeing insecurity with both the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups being reversed, there is a big insecurity here when it comes to this carelessness of this individual and how they've treated you. An insecurity that things will change. You may have been dependent on this individual. Please clarify the Nine of Swords. And there's the Death card. So there is anxiety, hopelessness, trauma from the situation, but with the Death card, this is going to end. It doesn't mean that somebody's going to physically die. It means that this is going to end. The worry, the trauma, the hopelessness in a situation. There's an ending here. But with endings comes a rebirth. And I feel like that's what you want with the Magician card. There's going to be an argument. There may feel like you're at war. They may be feeling like you're competing. This could also be a sibling, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. You could be fighting with a sister as a girl fight. Brother, sister, sister, sister. This could be a sibling rivalry. But you feel like there is an emotional loss in this situation. And you're taking the courage and strength and perseverance in order to make something feel new again. Something has to end in order for things to rebirth. This person is unreliable. They're not recognizing what they've done, is what I'm feeling. They can be selfish. They could have a lot of jealousy when it comes to you. This could be a sibling rivalry. And with it being a holiday, there could be some type of argument going on. Back of the deck, we do have Two of Swords here. So there is confusion and indecision, making a choice in this decision, making a choice in this situation. What is the advice here, please, Spirit? What is the advice? One more. Okay, two more. No, one more. Okay, so we have the World card and the Sun card. Well, so there's unfinished business here, okay? There has to be clarity. There has to be an end to this argument, this war, this fighting, this feeling of emotional defeat in order to move into the blessings and the warmth of the sun. A new day is beginning. So you must finish up this unfinished business with this situation in order to move to the sun. That is your advice. You need to kind of lay the cards down once and for all. Get everything out. Get all of those feelings out. End it in order to create the rebirth, because there is unfinished business in this situation. Mother, daughter, sister, sister, brother, sister. There's some type of situation that's going to be going on. With the Eight of Cups here, you're afraid to admit this. You're afraid to admit the emotional or physical or emotional or physically feeling robbed of something in your life. So you're afraid to admit that is what I'm feeling here. You may be feeling like the situation is hopeless. Let's finish off your reading with a message of cosmic. But yeah, it seems like some type of rivalry is going on within a dynamic. It feels family-ish. Doesn't have to be, though. This could be just like a best friend. Something is going on here. And these arguments do tend to erupt on holidays like this, when things can be emotional, perhaps due to grief. Message of cosmic, please. So it says, what has your inner voice been asking you? Listen and act. I feel like your inner voice has been telling you that you need to speak up for yourself. Don't be afraid of speaking your mind here. Don't be afraid of change. Don't have the anxiety and worry from the trauma that you may have experienced through this situation. You're wanting to let go and start anew. You're wanting to, there's unfinished business here. You're wanting to finish this chapter and move into the sun. So what has your inner voice been asking you? Listen to it and act. I'm going to leave it there. I hope that you have a wonderful day today. Please be kind and compassionate to one another. I will be back with you tomorrow. Please have a very Merry Christmas if you celebrate today, and I'll be talking to you soon. Namaste.